slutty if I'm do a setup. Is it alright?
It's fine.
No, it is.
We're live.
Oh shit.
Hello. Oh my god. Fade. Hello everybody. It's Cal. I am here with the lovely Emma. Emma, say hello to our friends.
Hi.
Now guys, I'm here right now, having a bit of a candid. We're just so you know, you've probably joined us and we're in like this, I'm gonna have to just show you. We're in Emma's house, right? And seriously, check this out. Hey Josh, hey Tom. Oh my god. So as you come on through, please give us a big wave, thank you. Yeah, but this is Emma, and some of y'all are gonna know Emma because, now do you prefer Em or Emma? Either or.
Emmy.
Oh, Emmy.
Yeah.
Wow. Oh, because she's won an Emmy. She's won an Emmy, folks. But we're in your lovely house, which is something that you had I guess first we should go into a bit of your story.
Yeah.
You had your stroke when you were 19.
Yes.
Can you tell us a bit about, like, what time of year was that? Like, I mean, now you're obviously only 21.
Yes, actually 21 and a half.
21 and a half.
No, 34 people.
34, baby.
Okay, yeah, it was when I was 19 on Christmas Eve, which was my favourite day of the year up until then. I was at my job, part-time job, and it just happened in the morning. Rush hour, Christmas Eve, a retail job, and it just, no precursor. I was just serving a customer, and yeah.
And did you feel weird? Like,
I was just chatting to this person, and my right arm felt a bit tingly, and I thought, that's a bit weird. So I was squeezing it, and then I had that feeling where, that feeling when you're about to throw up, like that.
Usually I'm like, sorry, just to like engage, I'm like, so if you've had that feeling, please let us know below. No,
yes.
But we do know that
feeling.
feeling.
That like really anxious, like
adrenaline.
You're really nervous, and I thought, no, there's something not right here, and I excused myself from the customer, went out the back into the storeroom and said to my colleagues, there's something wrong with me, I feel really weird and I feel really funny, and they said, it's Christmas rush hour, just calm down, sit down, have a break. So I sat down and the phone rang right in front of me, and I picked it up with my left hand and I went to say, good morning, Telstra, Emma speaking.
Yeah.
And I picked it up and it was like, my voice had completely gone. That was probably one of the scariest moments of my life.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody thought I was playing a joke, and they said, talk, it's a customer. And I just freaked out and stood up and collapsed into a seizure, and I didn't have epilepsy at the time, and woke up 2 weeks later from a coma. So, yeah.
So first of all, if you have related to any of that story, which I feel like the adrenaline thing, the oncoming, the people around thing, I really relate to. If you relate to any of that, please let us know a bit of your story below, because I don't know, I wanted to go, we've like known each other for a bit, so I'm just like getting fresh with Em here, but tell us about, like, you're only 19, so your paradigm in the world of how you, like, your worldview is very, you're 19. Yeah. So what did you, coming through rehab, I mean, can you give us in a few words, like, the main sort of physical things that you had to learn in rehab?
Well, I actually didn't enter rehab for quite a while after my hemorrhage or my stroke, because there was a lot of complications. So I am still paralyzed down the right side, so hemiplegia, right-sided hemiplegia.
Yeah.
And
I think we've actually got heaps of people with hemiparesis, hemiplegia. So if you do, let us know. Yeah.
Yeah.
One-sided heroes.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I had to learn how to walk, and I didn't speak for about 3 months. I think I had locked-in syndrome because I knew everything that was going on around me, and I was completely myself, but I literally just couldn't express anything. I couldn't talk. I couldn't point or anything. So there was action going around around me, but I couldn't communicate with the outside world. It was just all going on in my head. So yeah, going back to your question, speaking, speech therapy, walking, eating, everything. So just like so many people in this community.
Yeah. Well, I guess I think one of the things that I think is interesting about you, and for lots of y'all that will be watching, when you're in that, like I was 24 when I had my stroke, which is, another, I don't know, that's like post-uni, going into kind of almost adulthood. 19 is...
smack bang.
Yeah.
Just finished high school, you're not an adult yet, really.
Yeah. And this matters so much. I'm not saying it doesn't now, but probably in a different way.
Yeah.
How did you...
Trust me, I was like a girly girl. And I think for a lot of people that know me, that was one of the hardest things post-stroke, getting used to this new body and becoming a different person on the outside, and trying to figure out a new look, I guess. And because I had waist length hair, and I used to wear heels like that and little dresses, and actually I'm sounding a little bit anyway.
It's okay.
Anyway,
we've all experimented with clothing and
so,
expressing ourselves.
So that was like one of the hardest things, like who is like this person, and like I was focusing on the kind of the wrong things, but when you're 19, you're just thinking, oh well, I don't know, like my head is shaved, I can't walk, and you don't really see the bigger picture, and
because
you don't think about your future, you're thinking about right now.
So if you were so is it what, 13 for how many years?
I think it's 15
years. Okay, cool. So it's been, I guess you've had a while to work it in. For me, I felt like, in terms of relationships and stuff, and if you're watching and you're feeling like relationships have changed, I personally had massive relationships change, like breakdown eventually, not necessarily.
Friends or relationships.
Bit of both. And it can be a scary path. How did you how did you navigate it?
Well, initially it was really hard because in the way of girlfriends, like relationships with friends, at that age, like 21, 20, around that early 20s age, most of my friends were heading off overseas, doing the whole UK 2-year thing, whereas I was stuck living at home, still going to rehab, all that stuff. So I was really angry for a lot of time.
You needed the rant room then.
And I just, there was no one in my situation that I knew. There was no Facebook. There was nothing like this. And I had no one in my shoes, and there was nothing online, and so I just internalized everything, and I lashed out at a few friends, and
Yeah.
they didn't know how to deal with it, and and I think it really helped when I just needed a goal or something to focus on, and I eventually got that.
So what was how did that's cool. What was the goal? What ended up being like?
Well, I'd always really wanted to travel overseas like most people, and I saw online there was this fundraising website called Memorable Challenges, and you had to choose your charity, and if you fundraise over $5,000, you got to do a trek through Nepal. And I obviously chose stroke related charity, and I ended up fundraising a lot more, and so I got
and
to...
you trekked through Nepal?
Yes.
Anyone Nepalese here?
Yeah, so this is my thing. It's kind of like a positive, but also, I don't know, like back in the day, a negative. I had this view that what's wrong with me? Like, I can do that. Like, I don't care about this. Like, I can do it. I can somehow do it. And when I said to my parents, oh my God, I'm gonna go to Nepal, and they were like, what? You're still walking with a walking stick, you're like having seizures all the time, blah blah blah, like the whole list of things and all this stuff. And I was like, nah, I'm doing it. So they got right behind me, and so I think it was 2 or 3 years post-stroke, and after that time in Nepal, that was it. I went traveling every single year after that, and moved out of home, and like went back to uni and all that stuff.
So you said before, and I don't know if you probably picked it up as well, but you just said before about seizures.
Yeah.
So that's not necessarily, like, I don't personally have seizures. I had a seizure when I had my stroke, but it probably a different type to the one you're talking about.
Yeah.
So what does that mean?
Well, I do now have epilepsy as a result of my brain injury. Back in the early days, I was having major tonic-clonics, like what you see in the movies, like people falling to the ground and shaking and all that stuff. Yeah, that's actually me. When
oh my God.
when I do have seizures.
Oh my God, like for shears.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. Yeah. So, back in the day, I was having them all the time while they were trying to get my medication under control.
Mm-hmm.
And there was, I think, other triggers like stress, and I don't know, I think a lot of it comes down to your mindset when you're nice and chilled, and your medication's right, and your sleeping is okay, and all that stuff. So back then it was heaps of seizures, but touch wood somehow.
That's wood here.
Yeah,
we're touching
that'll
it.
do it.
Everyone touch wood. Can you please touch wood for us?
So I haven't had one in just over 2 years.
Oh wow.
But I still take medication twice a day, and for anyone else in the community who has epilepsy, it's not just about the seizures. It's actually you deal with it every single day. Like the fear of what if I have one, and when you suddenly get really tired in the afternoon, you're like, oh, am I just tired, or am I going to have a seizure, or what if I have one in front of these people? What if I'm on the train? Whatever.
Yeah.
So it's something you just
manage.
live with every single day, and you have to get to know your triggers, and
So how did you, like, there's a lot in there. And also on the epilepsy thing, Jennifer Ann, you'll be hopefully watching and know, is anyone saying? Oh, Priya, you had epilepsy when you were in hospital, but sorry. What's happening?
I'm like,
what kind of seizures I was having? have to ask my neuro when I see him. I don't have epilepsy anymore, but still have a fear it will come back. Right. So there's kind of like almost, I guess, that thing of sort of managing it, monitoring it, and trying to do everything you can to mitigate or minimize it.
Yeah. And like, I don't know, this might sound, I don't know what the word I'm looking for is, but a lot of people throughout the years have actually said, if you could have one part of your old body back, what would it be? Like, would you be able to, would you choose to walk normally or have the movement of your arm back and all this stuff? And I always, without a doubt, say if I could choose, it would be not to have epilepsy. Because that's the one thing you cannot control. Well, obviously, I can't control my leg and my arm. But, you know, when it's completely within the brain, I don't know. It's just, it's a scary thing. But
I guess going on that, there is something that I really want to move on to as well, but to
this
sort of
always happens with us.
I know, I was like, tangents, here we go. If you're a tangent person, and they say it's because of acquired brain injury, but
really?
Well, I use that. I use that as an excuse as much as I can. I'm like, I go on tangents, I forget what I'm talking about.
I always say, like, supposedly I don't get to the point. Someone asks me a question and I go on for about 10 minutes before I answer it, and when people say, hurry up, answer my question, I always say, well, for so long I couldn't talk, so I'm making up for it now.
I'm so glad. High five. You use that as well. I use that as well. If anyone else uses that, tell us how you do, because in my family we've got this funny saying. It's about it's called "Is the dog dead?" It's like to get to the end of a conversation. It's like, "Is the dog dead?" And we've got this thing, and I'm such a... We're doing it right now. We're in the middle of the cone.
Yeah.
We're in the middle of the vortex because we didn't just say what I wanted to say, which was... Okay, so it's kind of jumping probably over a decade, but you were in sort of like this formative time of your life, and I know from you, because I've called you, I said to you, and if anyone saw the round table, that M went from being like a stroke resistor to being like a stroke sister, and I think that is super cool, but I'm so interested to know if you can share with us how did you put yourself into the world and feel... I mean, I know that there'd be... Yeah, no, you let us know.
Well, I think, even though it sounds weird, it was literally a change in postcode. Like, when I had...
postcode?
Yeah, when I had my stroke, I was living in Brisbane, where I was born, and I was so anti, I didn't want my name associated with disability or stroke or brain injury or anything like that. I was obviously a little bit immature, and I just wanted to be the old Emma, and I don't know, I just completely shied away from that. And when I went back to uni, the uni told me, we've got these services, that service, blah, blah, blah. We've got the mobility aids, because, obviously with the stroke body, it's really hard to walk far distances. And I was like, no way, I want to be treated as a normal person. Now I'm like, bring it on.
Yeah. You're like, get me the car.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Get me a chair.
Yeah. I was just like, no, I just want to be treated like everybody else. And when I moved from Brisbane to Melbourne, I only knew 2 people down here. So, and I kind of needed something to stimulate my brain, because the first 6 months down here, I didn't have a job. So I was just like, what can I do? I need some type of support, blah, blah, blah. And I thought, well, I literally did not know anyone, so I might as well start writing, because I'm a writer, well, blogger, whatever.
There's a lot of things, just so you know, there's a lot of things that Emma is, and I have tried to list them before.
So I started my blog within this first 6 months of moving down here.
Yes, One Girl in the Sea. One Girl in the Sea. Look it up.
And I, for the first time ever, I was actually really open with every single experience I'd had as a stroke survivor. And, you know, what they say, like when you let it all out on paper, you just, it's cathartic. And so after I published a couple of blog posts, I was like, who cares? Like, why should I like hide anymore? I was just like, you know.
That is really good, because essentially what I get from that is that it's like that letting out, that expressing is like not only cathartic for you, it's cathartic for other people as well, and they know how to work with you.
Yeah.
Do you, I mean, sort of moving on to like, to sort of now, how, I mean, you've got a partner, you've got a house, you're a DJ, even though you're like, I'm not on the decks right now, but you're a DJ, you're a blogger, you are a business owner. Anything else? You're a stylish mofo. What did you say? A traveller, a world traveller. So, I mean, and if anyone out there is, I don't know, feeling the same vibes, I guess I wanted to say that I feel like, you know how you said before, like there's that thing about like, I didn't really know, you were very isolated.
Yeah.
And obviously we all know that feeling isolated can be almost debilitating, or can be debilitating, which is why we are all hanging out. But it sounds like you had a sense of resilience in you, and then that lack of knowing maybe what life, how things were going to look or how it was going to be, made you just soldier on and make the most out of like striving for that thing of like, I'm just a sassy gal. Sorry, I was going to say it. I'm a sassy gal. I'm doing what I want.
And
like, you maximised it?
Yeah, like I've told you before, it was, and probably still is, the whole, you know, proving people wrong thing. Like I've jumped to so many different things, like, oh, I want to be this, I want to be that, and I want to study this and that and that and that. Yeah. And part of me, I think, thinks it's, you know, like it's a challenge. I'm going to see if I can do it. I can do it, even though a lot of things we can't.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that really didn't answer.
We gave it a question. No, I get it. I feel like you're like a resilience queen, and you know, it's a bit of that aim for the moon, it's like, land amongst the stars.
Yeah.
Or
it's
sorry guys.
I don't know, like it's such a cliche, but I never wanted to be pigeonholed, because I was really lucky. I came through my stroke without any real personality changes or that I know of.
Yes.
Apart from,
I think you're quite hard to handle personally, but no.
My partner might.
Yeah.
And my parents, for that matter. And my brother and sister.
Wow, the list goes on.
So because I had this experience in my physical body, but it was still me in my brain.
Yes.
I just thought, you know, like, I'm not this new person, like, that's the disabled girl. I'm still Emma. So, you know, like, I'm not going to ever be pigeonholed. Like, I know I have this new body, but it's still me. So I'm a person, not this
patient.
Yes.
Yeah. I love that. So, and I mean, going on to the new person now, we're going to go for a little walk, because I said before, you know, DJ, everything. Like this chick's ferocious, but you cook, and I feel like I could do with some pointers, but there's something quite interesting that we can show everyone. The other week, the other Emma G, which is a weird thing in Australia, in Melbourne, where Emma G, the other blonde bombshell stroke survivor, is
Hi,
Emma
Em.
G. Hi, MG. And this is another Emma G. So, OMG, what we're going to do is we're going to go to Emma Gaffey's kitchen and do a little bit of thing, because you've got a gadget like the other Emma, who I gave titanium? The straws.
Yeah.
Were they aluminium or titanium? Either way, they were metal straws, and they're reusable, sustainable for the environment. And for M,
plastic free. No.
Plastic free, exactly. We're not filling out landfill. But you've got something that I think is really cool. So I thought what we'd do is we're gonna come with us. We're gonna go for a little walk through Em's house, but I'm not gonna show you like all her dirt and grime, because guys, seriously. I'm gonna.
It's really messy at the moment.
Oh, I will show. Can you see that? Look at this. She just bought this house. Just bought this house. Got a partner. Bought the house. What the hell's going on? So we're gonna go for a little walk. Come with us. As you can see, look at that. Look at all the stuff. And you've got a fancy little thing, and we're gonna set y'all down here. Hang on a sec. Okay, so we're just gonna go. Oh no, hang on. So I'm just gonna put it down. I'm trying to see. Oh, I don't know if you can. Sorry, guys, I can't see through the. I want to make sure you can see that. Can you see? Okay, we're sort of doing this. Can you see the board? Give us a thumbs up. No, you can see the board. You probably can. So look at.
Really?
Yeah, no, you can see the board. You can totally see the board. Sorry, guys, but now you can't see us. Okay, so what we're doing, we're gonna go.
I'll give a little.
Yeah,
This is the
Em's
board.
giving. This is the board, and
Sorry.
what I know what you're thinking. Emma wants to hit me with this, and it's not a saucy treat. It is a torture chamber, but this is actually. Tell us about this. What is this?
It enables me to cook, and I love cooking, and a little bit of self promo here.
Yeah.
If anyone has Instagram, follow the One-Handed Foodie, my cooking account.
Nice plug. Yeah, at One-Handed Foodie.
Yes, because when I first got home from rehab, as people would understand, it is impossible it's not impossible, but it felt like it was impossible to prepare anything in the kitchen. And I know things like this are available through those like independent living websites. But anyway, my very talented uncle.
Is this homemade?
Yeah.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
Okay, this is not store bought. This is like family made, guys.
Yes. He sends me down new ones every couple of years, so I've got like 3 on the go at the moment. And,
Oh my god! Show us how it works. I want to make sure everyone can see. So everyone, look. There's a carrot. I asked for this. I asked for a carrot.
So can you guys actually see the little nails?
I think so. Yeah. I reckon y'all can see this, right? Let us know if you can't. Yes, we're getting a yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Thanks, Sue.
So it's literally like you just grab whatever you're about to chop.
So dominant hand.
Yeah, yeah.
Grab
so
whatever.
I used to be a righty, and
Yeah.
now I'm a lefty.
Just pop down a little bit.
Shit, that's my.
That's alright.
Um,
I'll do this so that we can see a bit more. Yeah.
and the rocker knife. Does anyone else have a rocker knife? They recommended one of these when
What
I
does
was
that
in
do?
rehab. It's just like this amazing knife that pretty much chops through anything, and it's really easy to use when you've got only one hand.
Okay.
So anyway, it's
Oh my god!
and it doesn't move because it's on.
So it's stuck. Okay, so guys, I really need you need to get a close up with this. This is really cool. So it's on the thingy. So it's been stabbed. That carrot has been crucified. And then now, look at that. That is like some sassy rock and knife action. Is it rock and knife?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
But the other awesome thing about this board is when you're having a carb fest.
Yeah. Which we've all had a carb fest. Am I right? Let me know below if you've had a carb fest.
You take your piece of bread or toast or whatever and place it there.
Oh my god, everyone should see that. There's like a little corner bit. Look at that. And it sort of just stays in the thingy.
Yeah, so...
Look at this corner. I love your uncle for this.
When you're spreading veggie, mine or avocado or whatever, I don't have anything...
That's alright.
At the moment, but...
I sprung this on it. I sprung this.
It doesn't, like, fall off the board.
Oh my god.
So, yeah.
So what would be...
It doesn't need to be anything small.
Okay.
Even,
oh my god, now we've got a sweet potato action. Okay.
And see the rocker knife, even though it's small, it cuts through.
Oh my god.
So yeah.
Oh my gosh. Well, if you've got a rocker knife or if you want a rocker knife, this is not becoming Danielle's direct, but I think that's really cool. If you've got another suggestion of how you manage cooking with one hand, please let us know. Share your tips with Em and also hook up with One Handed Foodie because that's a really cool account. Em, leave us with this. What is your favourite meal to cook for a guest?
Oh, Jesus.
That is vegetarian. A guest that is vegetarian.
Probably just your standard curry.
Oh my god, okay, done. I'm having a curry. Let's continue with this. Everybody, can I have this?
Yeah.
I'm just going to. Thank you so much. I'm actually not going to be able to swallow this very well because I need like full-on saliva happening, which I'm pretending. But everybody say goodbye to Em. Thank you. Bye. We're going to have more, hopefully some more one-handed hero moments because so many of us have amazing use of one side of our body and absolutely make it work for us. Em, thank you for showing us all this stuff. Thank you for showing some of your story.
And if you want a chopping board like this, I can always start a business with my uncle.
This is true. We can FedEx it to you.
So just let me know.
That's what Genyus is becoming. Yes. We're the Daniel's direct of trauma survivor of the stroke world. Anyway, thank you for watching. Emma is a genius. I'm a genius. You're a genius. We'll see you soon.
Bye.
Let's get cracking.